The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. First run now for Kyren Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They run it again with Williams. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Following the interception, Love.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Firing quickly out wide is Love. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Play fake. Here's Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Going back to Love. Eluding the pressure right.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. Now is the punter, Jordan Stout. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Rams will go on offense here
with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua, 79 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And bulldozing his way through. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. On play action. Love to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Christian Watson, 68 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. There he goes left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 81 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. 45 yards. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there, turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Williams will try again. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
2nd and 2. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The
Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This will be taken in the end zone, and no run back forthcoming, so they will bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Love now on second down. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Strike two. 53.
Love now to pass on first down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, LA. Puka Nacua with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Rams continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
And now it's blocked. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection that led to the block.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Fires that quickly outside, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Love. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First down, going to the air with Love. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a second down throw for Love here. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Again, it's Love.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's got his target. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Final play of the half, Love. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. Touchdown, L.A. Kyron Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. 1st down, Love to pass. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Love from the gun. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Dillon again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnover.
He's got a man, complete. Down the left sideline. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. Love throwing for it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Powering his way forward. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Well, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems big.
There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Kyron Williams
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Rams have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be fielded in the end zone with no move to bring it out. So it'll be a touchback, and that ball will be placed at the 30.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to look deep down the field. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In motion comes the tight end left. To throw now. Here's Love. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Love throwing for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. Muscles him off. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now he's into the clear again. And all the way down to the 5. 39 yards there, a big one. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll hand it off now. Williams. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, if nothing else, some signs of life here, Charles, because you're facing the big deficit, but at least they were able to prevent 3 more from getting on the board there with a nice block.
And that's how they're comforting themselves on the sidelines right now, because they certainly didn't execute well on that play at all. Bottom line, exactly what you said. They didn't need the 3, but they sure don't like giving up a block. They'll have something to work on as they get into practice next week.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Love now. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 3rd down and 1. Love looking to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And a super return as he gets us all the way down.
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album